Hello, welcome to my channel. I decided today we're going to continue on with my Delta slow speed drill press tapping machine. One of the things I need to do is, or I want to do, is slow this drill press way down for the tapping machine. And I wanted to add another set of pulleys to have three. The motor goes here, spindle goes here with pulleys, and I wanted to add this third one. You can get a lot more speeds out of it, and hopefully I can make it a lot slower. But I'll go as far as putting a big 7-inch pulley on here. I've seen some setups where the motor goes to a 7-inch, 8-inch pulley, and then over to here. And I'll do that. But right now, what I think I can do is use this. Now, I've been told by some that it looks like what they said was that it was mounted. They've seen them like that, but they were mounted up closer, right in the head here. But let me show you a close-up of what this head looks like on top. When you're looking at the top of the head, this is where the motor goes. So this is the front of the drill press. This is where the center stand, the pole goes. And I kind of was told that it should go right here in the frame, but as you see, there is no hole there. So what I was thinking of is making a plug that goes into the pole. So what I thought I'd do today is some lathe work to make a plug that goes inside the pole that goes right here. Let me show you that pole, how it came out after having it in the mini lathe and polishing it up. I think it looks halfway decent. I might have to Scotch-Brite it a little bit more, but let me show you that thing. I think this thing looks decent. There's oil on it, but it's nice and shiny. I think that looks decent. Shiny enough. What I wanted to do is make a plug that goes in the end of this pole so this thing could swivel around. It's nothing precise. I measured this to be 9/16. It's a couple thousandths under, but anyway, I have a brand new drill that I can drill the hole for that. But here's a plug I have. It's 3-inch in diameter. I had to put my large chuck on my mini lathe. And what I was going to do is throw this in the lathe and just make a quick plug that will go inside and with a lip that ends up on the top of this. Only about an 1/8 inch wide. Okay, let's get over to the lathe. Before we go over to the lathe, I've got some channel news. And you probably know what it is already. More stickers for the board. This sticker is from Jeff Montgomery, Accurate Rifles and Restoration. He has a channel where he does videos of his restoration work. He has a website where you could also see his videos. And I will try to remember to put all of that on the screen. His website, his channel name, but this is Accurate Rifles and Restorations. And I think I have a place to put this. Let's do this. Jeff, I'm going to put yours right here. And I'm also going to put your business card right underneath it. Accurate Rifles and Restorations. The guy knows what he's doing when it comes to machining. And he knows what he's doing when it comes to building rifles. He builds them. He does restorations. You've got to go to his website. Check him out. But, Jeff, we're going to put your sticker right here. And we're going to put your business card right underneath it. Let's do a close-up. Okay, let's give it up for Jeff Montgomery over at Accurate Rifles and Restorations. I've known Jeff for a long time, but one of his dreams was to become a rifle smith. But that's what he always wanted to do. When the company that I worked with him at, we found him at a school, a gunsmithing school. So we know he was serious. We knew he was good. So when he came over, there was no surprise that he knew what he was doing. But he's living his dream right now. Jeff, I'm proud to have your sticker on my board. And one day I'm going to get up into Wyoming and see your shop. So let's get over to the lathe and get some work done. All right, like I said, I have my 5-inch chuck. It's the only thing I could use to hold this 3-inch piece. The standard chuck that goes in here only holds. Well, with the outside jaws, I was able to grab 2 3/4. And that was the long pipe for the drill press. What I'm going to do is just take a face cut and then just clean up the OD and then turn it around. I like to clean it up, make it nice and true so I could push it up against the chuck and I have something nice and round to grab onto. If you've ever had a piece, you just throw it in there and you start to cut and it moves because it's on an uneven surface. Well, I have, but that's what I'm going to do. I don't like the way that thing is moving around. Looks a little better. No, it don't. I'm going to put a dead stop here so I could push it against the stop. It seems like the carriage is moving. Now I'm just going to take a cut on the outside. You'll see how much it's really flopping around. Seems to have cleaned up across the face. I'm going to just turn this around and really tighten on it. Now I could push this right up against the chuck to know it's going to stay in there. Well, there's no guarantees, but I feel a lot safer that way. I'm going to turn this for about 3/4 of an inch after I face it, about 3/4 of an inch back, and I'm going to turn it down to 2.5 inches. The inside of that pipe, the stand, measured 2.515, 2.510. It was somewhat out of round. So that's what I'm going to shoot for. I'm going to shoot for like 2 inches 510 to 2 inches 505. I'm going to move that dead stop back by eye about 3/4 of an inch. I think that's good. Could have went in there 1/4 inch, but I decided somewhere along the line that it was going to be 3/4, and that's what I'm doing. We get a fast dimension, and then I'm just going to rough it down to that 2.5 inches. It's about a 1/2 inch of material I know that has to come off. 2,970. I'm going to take about 400 thousandths. I'm going to try to take 50 at a time. I don't know. This is actually big for this lathe. They sell this with an adapter and stuff that goes on here, but I don't know if you can see it. It really bounces around. I'm going to put a pair of gloves on because these chips are hot, and I'd rather feed it by hand, but those chips keep landing on my hands. I got to get a pair of gloves. This will be a lot better. I'm going to speed this up too. I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close. I'm pretty sure. That is 510. I'm going to dial in maybe 2000s, hit the back of this, and face it. All right. $5.08. 2 inches, 5.08. That's perfect. I'm going to hit this with a file. I'm going to go back here. Let me move my stop. I only want about 1/8 of an inch of flange to sit on top of that pole, pipe, stand. So I'm going to cut back probably 1/4 inch or so. And bring it down to 2 3/4, just so it sits on the pole at the same diameter. This dimension really isn't important. 755. I just want a ledge to a shoulder to hit the top of that pipe stand. Let's put a small center. Let's put a small center mark in there, and then drill my 9/16 hole. This is a brand new drill bit. Oh, it may be too fast. I don't like the way it's feeling. It's like jumping around. Let's slow it down a little bit. Let's see, I need to go, at least there's an inch here. I'm cutting a full diameter with my drill. If I go in 1 inch, that'll be more than enough to be able to cut it off. I went in about 1 1/8 inch full diameter, so that should be enough. I'm going to take this out of the lathe and cut it off in my saw. This diameter is way too big for this little machine to be able to part it off. It will never work. I've tried it and there's just not enough rigidity in this carriage, which one day I will fix. A lot of guys put solid blocks on here, but I don't know if you saw, I use this compound a lot. Let's go over to the saw. All right. That was about a 20-minute saw cut on my little Harbor Freight horizontal saw. But it did a good job. All right, I'm just going to face that off if I can find my tool. And it's not important at this time how thick that flange is, because I don't really know how thick it has to be. That will be determined by where the motor is and where the spindle pulley goes. But I'm just going to face it off and call it good. All right. If I can find the countersink I had here, I'll just push that into the middle. Lost my chuck key. Let's take this over to the table. Take that center pulley, idler pulley. I kept calling it a center pulley, and person I know goes, let's call it an idler pulley. It's what it is. Let's see how that fits in there. And see if this fits in the pipe. Let's do that. Does it fit in the pipe? It fits in the pipe. A couple of thousandths wobbling around. It's all right. I might put some set screws in here, but it really doesn't matter. We put this somewhere so it don't fall. Now, does the idler pulley go into the hole? Yes, it does. And I want it to move. This is how my milling machine is. It has an idler pulley, and it's off center, the motor, and it goes off to an angle to the idler pulley, and then it goes over to the spindle. I may have to raise this. Well, it'll be on the end of the pipe. So I could bring this anywhere. I could bring this below. I don't have to have that pipe right at the top. So, it looks like this video's coming to an end. I'm going to call it a wrap. So, until next time, enjoy.